This is going to be today's video review for Tuesday, August the 11th, 2015 for Drum Energy Bands. Please read our trading disclaimer. We're going to continue along using a larger chart frame to give the trader the big picture, and along the way, of course, using our trade chart, our right chart here, to show those very simple setups that a trader is going to be using even when they do understand this left chart, which happens to be a 6,000 tick of the NQ futures. I want to start off just talking about crests and valleys. If you're just joining us, we like to draw a valley of support with a green horizontal line here when our E-mid line hooks up, and when our E-mid line hooks down, we like to draw a crest of resistance with a pink line so that you understand exactly what we're looking at. So we had those two levels coming into the day, but you'll notice that yesterday the upper yellow on this chart here that we're calling our focus frame was down. In other words, price could not get bricks closing above this upper yellow area. Now that is very significant because in this area here on this chart we have what is called our higher frames upper energy band, and whenever this white dotted line, which is the higher chart frames mid line, is associated, we call that a power mid trade, and that's a very strong setup. And when the dots stay below this solid white line like it has right here, this is the amount of energy that's being expressed coming up out of the power mid energy band. There's very little energy being expressed, so we're not expecting today, in other words, we weren't expecting with that expectation from yesterday coming into today being Tuesday, that this same energy band right here is going to have any strength to push up. In fact, it's probably going to start acting like resistance. So how do we know all this? We look at the dots and we look at the bricks. Of course, they go flat to down. The upper yellow stays down. This is all part of what we teach in the Masters of the Universe course, what we call wrap cycle theory. So our trader finds himself getting up quite early today at about 6 a.m., quarter to 6 a.m. Eastern, and he noticed that price has fallen down here to this higher energy band from the higher chart frame with the white dotted line. I've drawn this here on the right chart here and here. We're also in the 6,000 ticks lower energy band. This is what's drawn right here. So we're looking at that and we're saying to ourselves, is this valley of support getting strong? Because this energy band right here it's weak, but it does get sometimes a pushback on up when it's first tagged. In other words, every piece of geometry has its day in court. The valley of support here, you'll notice the dots pushing down weak into the mid, staying above this white solid mid. And the trader, with a green bar here or here, can get himself long and take a move that's going to go higher. Now, when it does go higher, what takes place is it comes above this support now, which potentially could act like resistance, but price pushes up through there. Pushes up through there, pushes up through this dark higher frames energy band, and goes a little bit higher. You'll notice not quite to the mid that I'm pointing to here on the left chart, but the energy is expecting to be weak out of this energy band. And the way we would see that is, this is what we call the weak dot push. Dots push up weak, can't get above the solid white line, here and here as well. So any red brick here is going to get our trader short to take advantage of knowing that this energy is weak. Now the market falls down. We're expecting here on the left chart this energy has lost its push up. The 6,000 ticks midline's doing its job pushing down. We're expecting price to go down to this focus frame's lower energy band, right? So as we get down there, we first hit the top of this here. which is at about this, well, this is the price right here. And you see price is a V reversal up, but we've got weak dot pushes into this crest of resistance, so there's no reason why our trader can't get short again and take advantage of a drop back on down to the lower part of that energy band, which is going to be down here. So price does fall right down to the bottom of it here on the right chart and does a complete reversal back on up. If our trader is going to take a V reversal as opposed to waiting for weak dot pushes, this is a very high probability. So as price rallies up, it runs into this higher frames upper energy band, which is right now acting like resistance. I've drawn the white dotted midline from the higher frame and its energy band here on the right chart, on our trade chart. We have a crest of resistance with a weak dot push into this very strong lean of resistance. There's no wonder our trader is not interested in taking that one. And price falls on down to this up green arrow here on the left chart, which is actually the bottom of the focus frame's lower energy band. Does a complete reversal off that. Makes sense that if you're going to take a V reversal, that taking off the bottom of the energy band makes a lot of sense. Our trader decides to call it a day. He's recognizing what's taking place next is one of these power mid trades is setting up here for the focus frame. But with the cycle wrap theory, we're going to be monitoring the upper energy band of the higher chart frame, because our expectation is if there's very little energy coming out of this area, that price will be going down to the higher chart frame's lower energy band down at approximately 4,500. So we would monitor each of those energy points and take trades out of them accordingly. If you're interested in learning how the chart frame trade setups on the right tie in with the larger picture so that you're not being controlled by your trading environment, and to trade specific leans of support and resistance that tie in with the bigger picture, send an email at jb@drummondenergybands.com. We're really starting to fill up, and we're having to limit the amount of people that we're going to be taking coming into the future. Our prices are going up at the end of the summer, and we thank everyone for their interest and wish them all the best.